Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into the world of motor vehicle upholstery. We've got a whole stack of RoleCatcher resources here to help prep you for your interview. Everything from career guides to interview questions powered by AI insights. Our mission, well, to give you that extra edge to land your dream job.
Absolutely. We'll be covering the ins and outs of the role, tackling common interview questions, and sharing some insider tips on how to really impress those hiring managers.
Okay, so let's just jump right in before we get to those interview questions. Can you give us a quick overview of what a motor vehicle upholsterer actually does?
Sure, they're the artists behind those sleek and stylish vehicle interiors we all appreciate. It's a blend of hands-on craftsmanship and technical skill, using a range of tools and materials to create everything from custom designs to repairs and restorations.
So it sounds like a fascinating mix of creativity and precision. Now, RoleCatcher plays a key role in helping you land these gigs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. RoleCatcher offers some really powerful tools to help you stand out from the crowd. One is their AI-powered CV/resume builder that analyzes job descriptions. To pinpoint the specific skills employers are looking for, then it helps you tailor your application to really highlight those strengths.
So it's like having a personal brand strategist for your resume, making sure you're putting your best foot forward.
Precisely. And they also have this massive library of over 120,000 interview questions and answers, all specific to different jobs and skills. We'll be tapping into that today as we break down those tricky interview questions you might face.
All right, let's dive into those questions. What's the first one they might throw your way?
Well, here's a classic. What experience do you have in motor vehicle upholstery? Seems straightforward, but it's your chance to make a strong first impression.
So how should you approach this question, especially if you don't have years of experience under your belt?
Yeah, that's a good question. Focus on showcasing your passion and any relevant skills you've developed, even if it's not direct professional experience. Have you worked on personal projects? Like reupholstering furniture or customizing car interiors? Mention those. Volunteering at a restoration shop or taking online upholstery courses also demonstrates initiative and a willingness to learn.
Yeah, it's about highlighting those experiences that show you've got the fundamental skills and the drive to excel in this field. Even if you're just starting out, now let's imagine you're in the interview and the hiring manager leans forward and asks, "Can you walk me through the process of upholstering a car seat?" This one seems a bit more technical.
It is. It's designed to assess your understanding of the process and your ability to communicate clearly. Think of it as explaining it to someone who's never seen a car seat up close. Start by outlining the key steps in a logical order, from removing the old upholstery, to prepping the frame, measuring and cutting fabric, all the way to the final stitching and finishing.
Would mentioning specific tools and techniques make the answer stronger?
Absolutely. For example, you could talk about using hog ring pliers to secure springs, a pneumatic stapler to attach fabric, or a steam iron to smooth out wrinkles. This demonstrates your familiarity with the tools of the trade.
It's like giving them a glimpse into your workshop and showing them you know how to handle the equipment. Now, what about those upholstery terms? Should you use them or keep it simple?
It's a good idea to use a few key terms, but always define them briefly for clarity. For instance, you could say something like, "Next, I'd sew the panels together using a French seam," which is a durable technique that encloses the raw edges for a clean finish. This shows you understand the terminology and its practical application.
So you're showcasing your knowledge without overwhelming the interviewer with jargon. That's a great tip.
Mhm.
Okay, next question. How do you ensure that the upholstery you create is durable and long-lasting?
This is where you highlight your commitment to quality and your understanding of materials. Talk about using high-quality fabrics like leather or vinyl specifically designed for automotive use, emphasizing their durability and resistance to wear and tear.
And what about those little details that make a big difference?
Mention them. Things like reinforcing seams, using proper padding techniques, and choosing durable threads all contribute to the longevity of your work. You could even say something like, "I always double stitch high stress areas, like the seams on the seat bolsters, to ensure they can withstand years of use."
It's those little insights that really demonstrate your craftsmanship and attention to detail. Now, what about those inevitable challenges that come up? How would you answer? How do you handle difficult clients or projects?
This is where your interpersonal and problem-solving skills shine. Focus on active listening, understanding the client's concerns, and finding solutions collaboratively. You could say something like, "I always try to see things from the client's perspective and explain the technical aspects in a way that's easy to understand. If there's a disagreement, I focus on finding a solution that meets their needs while maintaining quality standards."
It's about showing that you're a professional who can handle those tricky situations with grace and diplomacy. Speaking of challenging situations, how can RoleCatcher's AI help prepare for these types of questions?
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze common questions for motor vehicle upholsterer roles and provide feedback on your answers. For example, it can suggest stronger wording to emphasize your problem-solving skills, or provide examples of successful client interactions to make your answer more impactful.
So it's like having a virtual mentor, helping you refine your responses and present yourself in the best possible light.
Exactly. And before we move on to the next question, I want to sprinkle in a little career insight from the RoleCatcher Guide. Did you know that the employment outlook for motor vehicle upholsterers is projected to grow steadily in the coming years?
That's encouraging news for anyone considering this career path.
It is. The demand for skilled upholsterers is increasing as people seek to customize their vehicles and restore classic cars. Plus, there's a growing need for professionals who can repair and maintain the interiors of commercial vehicles, boats, and even airplanes.
That's fascinating. So it's not just limited to cars. It's a versatile skill set with a lot of potential. Okay, I'm ready for the next interview question. What else might a hiring manager ask?
Let's dive into one that focuses on your commitment to professional development. How do you keep up to date with the latest trends and techniques in motor vehicle upholstery?
This is where you get to showcase your passion for the craft and your dedication to continuous learning.
This question gives you an opportunity to show that you're not just content with the status quo, you're actively seeking ways to improve your skills and stay ahead of the curve.
So it's about showcasing that you're a lifelong learner and that you're genuinely invested in this profession.
Exactly. Start by mentioning any industry publications or websites you follow. There are some fantastic online forums and blogs where upholsterers share tips, tricks, and inspiration.
Oh, and I definitely highlight attending trade shows or workshops. It's a chance to see new materials and tools, firsthand network with other professionals, and learn from the best in the business.
Great point. It shows you're willing to invest your time and resources to stay at the top of your game. You could even mention following influential upholsterers on social media or taking online courses to learn specialized techniques.
It's all about demonstrating that you're proactive and passionate about expanding your knowledge. Okay, shifting gears a bit. Let's say the hiring manager asks, how do you manage your time and prioritize projects in a busy workshop environment? This one's all about organization and efficiency.
It is, and it's a crucial skill for any upholsterer. Workshops can be fast-paced environments with multiple projects happening simultaneously, so you need to be able to juggle tasks and meet deadlines.
So how do you demonstrate that you're up to the challenge?
Share your organizational strategies. Do you use to-do lists, a project management app, or a color-coded calendar system? Highlight your methods for staying organized and on top of things.
And what about those situations where priorities shift or unexpected problems arise?
That's where clear communication comes in. Emphasize the importance of keeping clients and colleagues informed about project timelines and any potential delays. You could say something like, I believe in proactive communication. If a project hits a snag, I immediately inform the client, explain the situation, and provide a revised timeline. This helps manage expectations and prevents misunderstandings.
Transparency and communication are key in any busy workplace. Now, can you give us an example of how RoleCatcher's AI can help prepare for a question like this?
Absolutely. RoleCatcher's AI can analyze the question and suggest ways to tailor your answer to the specific job you're applying for. For instance, if the job description emphasizes teamwork and collaboration, the AI might suggest incorporating examples of how you effectively communicate and coordinate with others in a busy workshop environment.
So it's like having a personalized coach helping you craft the most impactful response possible. That's incredible.
Before we move on to the next question, I want to share another interesting insight from the RoleCatcher Career Guide. Did you know that specializing in a particular area of upholstery, like custom designs, classic car restorations, or marine upholstery, can open up new opportunities and potentially increase your earning potential?
That's a great point. It's like choosing your own adventure within the world of motor vehicle upholstery.
Yeah.
Specializing allows you to hone your skills in a niche you're passionate about.
Exactly. And it can make you a more valuable asset to employers seeking specialized expertise. Okay, let's tackle another common interview question. Imagine the hiring manager asks, how do you ensure that your work meets or exceeds industry standards for quality and safety? This one's all about demonstrating your commitment to excellence.
This feels like a two-parter. You've got the craftsmanship side, making sure the upholstery is top-notch, and then the equally important aspect of safety.
You got it. Start by highlighting your knowledge of industry standards and regulations. Are you familiar with the safety guidelines for automotive upholstery? Do you stay updated on best practices for using tools and materials?
It's like saying, I don't just know the rules, I make them my priority.
Precisely. And don't be shy about mentioning any relevant certifications or training you've received. It shows you're serious about safety and committed to maintaining a high standard of work.
Now, for the craftsmanship aspect, this is where you can really shine. Talk about your meticulous approach to each project. Do you double-check measurements? Use specific techniques for durability? This is your chance to show off that pride in your work.
And it ties back to that earlier question about durable upholstery. Consistency in quality and safety go hand in hand. You could even mention specific examples of how you go above and beyond to ensure the longevity of your work, like reinforcing high-stress areas or using top-of-the-line materials.
Okay, let's shift gears to another behavioral question that often comes up. Can you describe a time when you faced a particularly challenging project or client?
This is a classic interview question designed to assess your problem-solving skills, your resilience, and your ability to learn from experience.
It's not about pretending you've never encountered a difficult situation. It's about showcasing how you handled it professionally and what you'll learn from the experience.
Exactly. Choose a specific example that highlights your ability to overcome obstacles. Maybe you had a client with a very demanding custom design or a project that required you to think outside the box to find a solution.
And walk them through your thought process. How did you approach the problem? What steps did you take? Who did you collaborate with?
And don't forget to highlight the positive outcome. Focus on how you successfully resolved the issue, what you learned from the experience, and how it made you a better upholsterer.
Turn that challenge into, look how I triumphed story. Now, before we move on, I'm curious, how can RoleCatcher's AI help prepare for these types of behavioral questions?
RoleCatcher's AI is great for analyzing behavioral questions and providing tailored feedback. It can help you identify the key skills and qualities the interviewer is looking for and suggest ways to structure your response to effectively showcase those strengths.
So it's like having a personal storytelling coach, helping you craft a compelling narrative that resonates with the interviewer.
Exactly. And now for another quick career insight from the RoleCatcher Guide. As you progress in your career as a motor vehicle upholsterer, you might consider pursuing additional certifications or specialized training to further enhance your skills and open up new opportunities.
That's a great point. Continuous learning is key in any profession, but especially in a field like upholstery, where new materials, techniques, and technologies are constantly emerging.
Right. Staying up to date with the latest advancements demonstrates your commitment to the craft and can make you a more competitive candidate for higher-level positions.
Okay, let's tackle another interview question. This one is a bit more philosophical. What do you consider to be the most important qualities for a successful motor vehicle upholsterer?
This is where you really get to showcase your understanding of what it takes to excel in this field. It's about going beyond the technical skills and highlighting those personal qualities that make a great upholsterer.
So what are some of those key qualities that come to mind?
Well, a meticulous attention to detail is paramount. Every stitch, every seam, every measurement needs to be precise. Then there's problem solving. Things don't always go according to plan in a workshop, so you need to be adaptable and resourceful.
Right, it's about thinking on your feet and finding creative solutions to those unexpected challenges.
Exactly. And of course, you need a strong work ethic, a commitment to quality, and a passion for the craft. You're not just fixing seats, you're creating an experience for the driver and passengers.
Yeah, it's about taking pride in your work and understanding the impact it has on the overall look and feel of the vehicle.
Absolutely. Now let's touch on one more interview question that often comes up. How do you stay motivated when working on repetitive tasks?
Ooh, this is an interesting one. Because upholstery work can involve a lot of repetition, especially in a production environment. How do you show that you can handle that without getting bored or losing focus?
Focus on the bigger picture and the impact of your work. You could say something like, I understand that some tasks can be repetitive, but I always remind myself that each piece I work on contributes to the final product and the overall satisfaction of the customer.
So it's about finding meaning in the work, even in those seemingly mundane tasks.
Precisely. You can also mention strategies you use to stay engaged, like listening to music or podcasts while you work, setting personal goals for efficiency, or finding ways to challenge yourself within the scope of the task.
It's about demonstrating that you're self-motivated and that you can find ways to stay productive and engaged even when faced with repetition.
Right. Now, before we wrap up, I want to reiterate how RoleCatcher's AI can be incredibly helpful in preparing for these types of interview questions. Their AI-powered platform can analyze job descriptions, identify key skills and qualities employers are looking for, and provide tailored feedback on your answers.
So it's like having a personal career coach helping you refine your responses and present yourself in the best possible light.
Exactly. It can give you that extra edge to stand out from the competition and land your dream job.
That's fantastic. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical aspects of motor vehicle upholstery to those tricky interview questions. And we've even sprinkled in some valuable career insights along the way.
Hopefully you feel more prepared and confident to ace that interview.
Absolutely. Remember, thorough preparation is key. And RoleCatcher is a valuable resource that can help you every step of the way.
So go out there and showcase your skills, your passion, and your knowledge. And remember, we're here to support you on your journey to a successful career in motor vehicle upholstery.
That's a wrap on today's deep dive. Until next time, happy upholstering.